It's Christmas time, and that means we give gifts. And I'm going to give you a gift today that'll help you save a bunch of money, probably hundreds of dollars a month at least if you use it correctly and you code a lot. And I'm going to show you how it works and show you how to get it and tell you why you should be using a system like this, because it won't only just save you money, there's a bunch of other reasons you should use a system like this. So this is the Conductor Framework, and it's the framework I kind of use to build all of my apps. Let me share it with you. So this is what the Conductor Framework looks like. It's just a little folder that lives right in your file system. So it's not an app or anything you need to download. It's super simple. You can just go get the folders and install it in any project you want. It doesn't matter what type of project it is. But the way a system like this can save you tons of money is you hear a lot of people complaining about how expensive AI coding is, especially with models like Opus 4.5, which is incredibly expensive, and you need to be judicious about how you use those unless you want to just burn through money. A system like this helps because it saves you tons of tokens. When you don't have a system like this, the AI will make up its own to-do list, and sometimes it can just run wild. It doesn't have an incentive to just save tokens same way you might be incentivized to do so. So if you use a system like this over the course of a month, you probably will save hundreds of dollars, but there's more to it than that. Using a system like this is great for humans and for AIs. We always talk about AI context windows, but humans have a context window too. It's kind of like our memory. Having a system like this organizes everything for you. It might look complicated, but it's really not. I'm going to run through this and you'll see how simple it is. But this means that if you are like me and you have, 4 or 5 projects going at a time, if not more, there's no way you can remember everything with the project. This can increase your context window because it documents everything you do automatically for you so you never forget and helps you out with your workflows. The other thing is this is great for your AIs because it has everything that you've done in your build, everything you're planning to do, everything you're currently working on, everything you're planning to do in the future, all in this one little file. So when you open up a AI coding assistant, they'll usually make a little file through a init command like Gemini MD that stores a little bit of information about the project itself. This is like that on steroids. It doesn't just tell the system about the code, it tells them about how you work, how you like to be spoken to, how you are looking at your roadmap, your features, what different types of skills it has. So you know how you see Claude skills right now? This has that built into it, but they're even better because they're your skills. You have to remember that those Claude skills are pretty much just a folder with instructions in them. Let's see here. So it saves you money. It saves you your sanity and time. It's extremely flexible too. If you come from a background where you've worked in a company, you know how much overhead is put into project management and how bad that can just quite frankly suck when you are trying to build something. You want to be focused on shipping code. There are other frameworks like this out there like GitHub Spec Kit or BMAD, which are great, but in my opinion, they are too intrusive into my system. This one's really flexible. When I'm starting out a project, I don't have to go set up hours of project management stuff to use it. I can literally just kind of describe the vision, open up my workbench, and start from there. And as the complexity grows, this system, the Conductor Framework, is smart enough to make it grow, make the system itself grow with the complexity of your project, which is really helpful. It's very flexible based on your project size and flexibility. It also prevents scope creep, not just at the product level, but at the feature level too. So I have very clearly organized and easy to use roadmaps, both a functional roadmap and a themed roadmap. Sorry, an objective roadmap and a theme roadmap. And I'll show you how that works here in a second. And it also has a bunch of skills built in, like it has an architect skill built in that lets you treat the AI like an architect, or it has a product manager skill built in that helps you prioritize stuff. It has all sorts of different skills built into this, and the AI knows when to use them, or you can just point them to the folder and tell them to use that. It's great for onboarding, not only for when you open up a new session with a new AI, but if you're working on someone else with a project, you don't have to spend hours explaining the project to them. You can just say, here, open up the conductor file, the conductor framework, and the AI can explain every detail about what's happening. Let's see here. There's much more than that, but yeah, I really like it. It's something I'm always working on and improving. So you can go and download this at testandprod.co. And if you do, it's great. It's totally free. I would love it though if you could just give me feedback if you use this system, because this is how I've set it up to work for me, but I would love to see how you use it. You can change it any way you want once you download it, and I will always keep it up to date at testandprod.co. So let me show you really quick how it works. This is not going to be a deep tutorial, but I'm just going to go over some of the main folders. When you log in and run this command that I'm about to show you, you can have the AI explain how you can use the conductor framework in more detail. And maybe I'll do a deep dive tutorial later. But when you first come in here, the first thing you want to do is point your AI and say, hey, just go read the conductor framework folder. It's in my files. And one thing you want to point it to specifically is an AI protocols folder, which is the 7th folder. There's a file called AI initialization, and you make sure that your AI reads that, and it will be set up to kind of act as your partner in the conductor framework. And it'll give you a command back like this. But after you do that, if you're just starting out a project, you can go to your reference documents and just write out a basic vision of your project. You don't need all these other files, although I have templates for these in there. Just talk about the vision and work with the AI to kind of lay out your vision. The next thing you might want to do is roughly lay out your roadmaps. Okay, so after you talk about your vision, keep it at the problem level. Don't get into any technical stuff yet, but just come into your roadmaps, and you have 2 different types. At the beginning, I suggest you start with a themes roadmap, and the conductor framework will help you build all these folders. You don't have to build these folders yourself. It has templates and it understands how the roadmap works in this system. So just build out rough high-level roadmap folders with the system, with the conductor framework, that is. And then I would just start coding. I would start working with this and start building stuff. And the way all of this stuff works is this is kind of the heart of the project. It's just your workbench. You can see I have different stuff in here. Some of this is pre-filled in the conductor framework when you download it. But you have an inbox, and that's where any just random idea that you have, you just put it in the inbox and you can process it later and put it into the conductor framework wherever it makes sense. Then I have a scratch pad, which is something I use all the time. It's just a place where I put ideas or tell the AI assistant to put my ideas or just little notes in there. Those things always stay there. And then when I actually want to start building something, what I do is I tell it to make a quick PRD and put it in the Workbench folder. Then it will work with me to create the quick PRD. Then I will have a technical talk about what types of technologies we should use in a particular implementation. After that, I will go through and say, okay, now let's make the implementation plan. And the AI knows to go to the templates folder and bring up the template for the implementation plan, and it will build the implementation plan for you with all the human testing steps. And then I put that all into a folder and I start working on it. And as I'm working on it, I'm going through here in the Workbench and checking things off, or actually the AI is checking things off, but this is where I'm using to actually do the work. And when it's done, I come down to implementations and I put an implementation in a completed folder. Here you can see a few that I've already completed. An Intel Hub MVP, just the basic MVP hub. I've implemented a rule builder, and all that stuff is saved in here. So it's always saved. We always know what we did. And while you're writing the PRDs and having the tech talks and the building your implementation plans, the conductor framework is smart enough to know that you're making decisions about your product along the way, and it will remember these decisions and track them for you. So a month from now, when you're like, why in the hell did I use this API instead of building a scraper for this particular thing, it'll know why you did that and be able to explain it back to you. I think people like me who have terrible memories, this is a godsend for people like that, like me. There's a bunch of other folders in here. I don't want to go through a whole tutorial on this right now, but I will do that later, I think, because I think this deserves like maybe an hour long just walkthrough of how to actually use and think about using this at each step. But long story short, you can go to the Conductor Framework. This is totally free. It's a present for you. I would love to have feedback from you on it. Anything I can do to make it easier for you to use, I will absolutely do. And anything I can do to make it better, tell me, because I will make it better. This is just one of kind of 3 things that I'm rolling out over the course of the Christmas break. This is the Conductor Framework, which lives in your code base, but I'm also giving away a venture operating system. And this is for conductors as well. For people that run multiple different businesses, this is a way to keep track of all those different businesses and have AI help you run those as well. And it integrates into the conductor framework. So you're working on your different applications, your different products, but your venture operating system also knows what's happening in those products because it's communicating with the conductor framework. So I think it's pretty cool. I don't know if any of that is confusing or not, but I do think that this is the future of how people will work. I'm testing this out every day, and I love working like this. To me, it reminds me of working with a big team, except for you don't have to spend as much time in meetings and you can just get work done. And if you love building apps, this is the way to go. So have a happy holiday, and I will talk to you all tomorrow. Download this and tell me how you like it. We'll see ya.